The movie opens mid-chaos aboard a badly damaged cargo spacecraft. Blood coats the corridors, and something unseen is hunting the people inside. A young girl named Duo and a heavily wounded soldier named Lomang sprint through the wreckage trying to stay alive. Lomang spins and fires blindly behind them to buy time, then forces open a sealed door and pushes Duo through it. He hands her a medical injection and tells her to use it only when she is hurt, then notices the pendant around her neck and tells her it belonged to her parents and will keep her safe. Duo begs him to survive. Lomang tells her instead that he was once responsible for the deaths of hundreds of thousands of people in an event called the Sailor Valley Massacre, and that her own parents were among those killed. He apologizes and seals the door shut between them. The film then rewinds 24 hours to show exactly how they ended up here. The cargo ship Starseeker approaches the Stargate entry point with navigator Jia at the controls. A call comes in from the Stargate station warning that the ship has failed to declare its full passenger count and cargo contents. Clearance will be denied unless this is resolved immediately. Jia confronts the captain, who refuses to explain what he is smuggling and instead sends Lomang to handle the checkpoint through unofficial backchannel contacts. Lomang already knows the captain is running undeclared passengers and illegal goods, so he uses the moment to negotiate a larger share of the profits before reaching out to his contact at the station and smoothing over the inspection. The captain pulls him aside to remind him that he is a wanted criminal blamed for the Sailor Valley Massacre, to which Lomang quietly insists he is innocent and demands to know why the captain keeps bringing it up. The captain ignores him and sends him off to find a specific passenger named Xiang Tian somewhere aboard the ship. The captain then conducts his own inspection and makes his way to a restricted section of the vessel, calling out for a pair of passengers known only as the twin sisters. When no one responds, he and a guard attempt to pry open a sealed container the sisters brought aboard. The moment it cracks open, gas billows out, and the guard is suddenly lifted into the air as if seized by an invisible force before being torn apart entirely. The captain abandons him on the spot and runs. Elsewhere on the ship, a man calls out Lomang's name, and when Lomang turns, he finds himself face to face with Xiang Tian, a special agent of the Interstellar Investigation Bureau and Lomang's former comrade. Lomang immediately draws his weapon. He tells Xiang Tian he is innocent and demands to know why the Bureau has hounded him for so long. Xiang Tian tells him to prove his innocence through the proper legal process, then clarifies that he did not board the ship to arrest Lomang. There is something far more dangerous on board, and that is what he came for. The captain, still shaken from what he witnessed in the cargo hold, runs into the twin sisters in a corridor. They explain who they are, a pair of cloned assassins being hunted by the Interstellar Bureau, currently using the ship as cover to infiltrate an extraterrestrial colony. When the captain demands to know what killed his guard inside the container, one of the sisters tells him it is a genetically engineered combat creature, extraordinarily valuable and nearly impossible to stop. One sister is mentally linked to the creature and can control it directly. The captain protests that this is all highly illegal, and she calmly points out that is exactly why they came to him. Meanwhile, Lomang collects extra payments from passengers, telling them the ship is overloaded and that black market oxygen had to be purchased to compensate. A passenger argues back, and Lomang tells him to get off the ship. He then spots Chen Mo, the Special Operations Unit head working under Xiang Tian, among the crowd, confirms he is part of the Bureau's team, and warns him to follow orders and stay in line. Lomang addresses everyone and makes clear that on this ship, his word is law, and that no arrests or confrontations will happen while they are in transit. As he turns to leave, Duo approaches him and quietly offers him her pendant, telling him to keep it in case things go badly. When Lomang looks at it closely, he realizes her parents were killed in the Sailor Valley incident, the one he is blamed for. He is visibly rattled. Jia then tells him that every death from that accident is on his hands, and he says nothing in response. Just before the Starseeker reaches the Stargate entry point, another spacecraft appears directly in their path on a collision course. Lomang seizes the helm and pushes the ship to maximum speed, daring the other vessel to hold its line. Jia screams at him to stop. Neither ship slows down until the very last second, when the oncoming craft swerves away. The Starseeker clears the entry point and crosses into the Stargate. Blue energy waves ripple across the hull as the ship accelerates into the wormhole, and the passengers, many of whom have never traveled this way before, are overwhelmed with a sense of. Then, without warning, red emergency lights flood every corridor. Alarms scream through the ship. All systems collapse simultaneously, and the central computer crashes. The Starseeker has drifted into a star abyss. The captain, despite years in deep space, has never experienced this himself. Jia calculates their situation and tells them that the distorted time pocket they are trapped in has an estimated duration of 220 million seconds, roughly 7 years. The captain then reveals something even worse. The Starseeker carries only 4 hibernation pods. With 21 people aboard a vessel built for 4, their shared resources will run out in approximately 2 months. His solution is immediate and brutal. Some people must die so that 4 can survive in the pods. He volunteers to handle the regular passengers himself and tells Lo Mang to eliminate the twin sisters. Jia is horrified and tells them both to act like human beings. Lo Mang reminds the captain that Xiang Tian's armed bureau team is also on board and cannot be ignored. The captain refuses to change course. 2 of Xiang Tian's soldiers move through the ship searching for the twin sisters, who ambush them without warning and kill them both with devastating efficiency. Xiang Tian then attacks the sisters himself, fighting them both simultaneously and holding his own until they manage to slip past him and disappear into the ship. His remaining team pursues them and finds several comrades already unconscious in the corridors. Meanwhile, Lo Mang sits alone in his cabin, replaying the Sailor Valley disaster in his mind. He goes back to the captain and tells him that if he had to choose between a pilot who has saved countless lives, a commander with vital intelligence, and an officer who is only alive thanks to medication, he could not make that choice. And he will not. He will fight for everyone. Lo Mang disarms the captain, takes him prisoner, and addresses all the remaining passengers honestly about their situation, rallying them together and telling them cooperation is their only real chance. The twin sisters, now isolated near the hibernation pods, decide to release the creature and let it slaughter the remaining passengers, reasoning that fewer people means more oxygen and a faster path to survival. The captain, working separately, locks the passengers inside the cargo cabin. Jia tries to force the door open from inside while Lo Mang realizes for the first time that something living is loose on the ship. The creature moves unseen through the vessel and snatches a passenger mid-stride. A woman named Sumi rushes to help him and is killed instantly alongside him. When Lo Mang and Xiang Tian reach the scene, they find only blood and fire blindly into the darkness at something they cannot see. Sumi's body is later discovered by the surviving passengers, sending everyone into a panic. Xiang Tian tells Lo Mang the creature is the same genetically engineered monster the twin sisters smuggled aboard, one that can heal its own wounds. Lo Mang says it has to be destroyed no matter what, or no one walks away from this ship. The monster then attacks 2 of Xiang Tian's female soldiers from behind, killing them both before turning on the passengers. Everyone scatters and opens fire in all directions. Lo Mang arrives and orders an evacuation of the area. One of the twin sisters establishes a direct mental connection to the creature and begins controlling it manually, giving it direction and intelligence it previously lacked. The killings accelerate dramatically. By the time the cargo cabin's occupants are all gone, the creature is moving faster and hitting harder than before. The sister, keeping mental control over it, signals the other to go eliminate the remaining survivors, and the captain tells her to spare Jia since she is the ship's navigator. Lo Mang and Jia construct a trap using red lighting to make the creature briefly visible. They wound it, but it escapes before they can land a finishing blow. Lo Mang sends Jia ahead with the remaining survivors while he presses forward with one companion. That companion accidentally drops a grenade and throws himself on top of it to protect Lo Mang, dying immediately. Lo Mang survives but is badly injured. Elsewhere, Xiang Tian corners one of the twin sisters and drives a blade into her chest, then forces her to reveal how the creature can be killed. A neurotoxin injection administered directly into its body is the only method. She escapes when his attention breaks for a moment. Xiang Tian then finds the injured Lo Mang and helps stabilize him, also showing him a video recording that could clear his name from the Sailor Valley charges entirely. The surviving sister returns to her clone, who injects her with a healing solution and closes all her wounds instantly. Jia tracks down Duo and another young girl and brings them to the ship's circulation chamber. The captain arrives shortly after and opens fire on them, badly wounding the second child. Jia and the girls hide while the captain searches for them. Then he takes Jia by force and drags her away, leaving the 2 children alone. Lo Mang and Xiang Tian regroup and form a final plan. Xiang Tian will confront the twin sisters while Lo Mang uses explosives to destroy the creature once the sisters' mental link to it is severed. They separate. In the circulation chamber, the creature finds Duo and the other girl and kills the child in front of her before Lo Mang arrives and pulls Duo away. They run, and the film circles back to its opening scene, the same corridor, the same chaos, the moment the story began. Xiang Tian fights the twin sisters alone in a sealed chamber where they cut the artificial gravity, sending everyone floating. They inject him with the neurotoxin, and his body begins shutting down, but he refuses to fall. He blasts open the exterior airlock door, expelling himself into the vacuum of space while sealing the sisters inside before they can escape. As a specially constructed biosoldier, he can survive in open space for up to 30 minutes. Lo Mang draws the creature into position, injects it with a neurotoxin, and detonates his explosive charge simultaneously. The creature is destroyed in the blast, but Lo Mang is caught in the explosion and collapses. Duo runs to him and injects the medicine he gave her at the very beginning. The captain arrives and tells her quietly that it is too late, that Lo Mang is already gone. One of the twin sisters, suffering severe brain damage from the neurotoxin feedback, falls into a coma. The surviving sister hands the captain a second neurotoxin dose and tells him to inject it into the creature's body to revive her clone. The captain agrees, walks out with a syringe, pretends to collapse from injury, and when the sister rushes over to help him, he injects the neurotoxin directly into her instead. She dies on the spot. With only 5 people remaining, the captain, Jia, Duo, Xiang Tian, and Lo Mang, the survivors make their way to the hibernation pods and climb in one by one. In the film's final shot, Lo Mang is shown still alive, watching each of them enter their pods, a quiet expression of relief on his face. The man who spent years crushed under the weight of hundreds of thousands of deaths, finally choosing to fight for everyone rather than no one, and somehow making it through to the other side.